Hello people of YouTube and welcome to Plume Reviews. Today I'll be showing you an item I got last week. Actually, it arrived last week. I made the order a few months ago. And I actually first saw it about 1 year ago when the prototype was shown at the Reconquista musical. It was encased in glass and one of those do not photograph signs, and of course photographs showed up on the internet and people were like, wow, what's that, when is it coming out? Well, this is what it was and when it came out. I actually wondered whether my review was needed. I mean, I know I said I would review this thing when it arrived, but after release, the whole internet was full of videos and photographs and how-tos about this wand, including one of my favorite Sailor Moon reviewers, Sailor Moon Collectibles. You can find her channel on YouTube and also her Facebook page and website and Tumblr page. She's very cool because she has all of these Sailor Moon objects, most of them very old, and she can actually compare them and she can be more objective about the quality of these items because, for example, I bought the Moonlight Memory Series Cosmic Heart Compact and was very disappointed in its quality because I didn't know what the quality of the old items was like. I was expecting something without knowing the history of the Sailor Moon merchandise. I posted my review of the the Cosmic Heart Compact before she did, and then when she posted hers and I watched it, I discovered that she was very happy with the item. Um, I guess it's also a question of luck how you get your item in what condition, because mine actually does have the paint chips and the scratches, while hers really did seem perfect on video. And I have heard people commenting that the Proplica has such problems as well. Mine doesn't. So again, it's a question of luck. I guess it's good if you see reviews from different people in different situations, people who have been collecting Sailor Moon merch for a long time, and people like me who've just gotten into it, and these are like their first Sailor Moon replica items. I bought mine off AmiAmi the day the pre-orders were opened. I paid about 7,500 yen, which translates to about $75, which is a lot, but it's not that much compared to other stores. For example, J-List sold this wand for $120, and I really hate that store. I really do not recommend it to anybody because I see them as a sort of official scalpers, if you will. They hear about items that will be released and they put them up for pre-order before the actual orders even start on the official site and before the information is even made public about the price and so on. So people are scared that they're gonna lose the opportunity of buying that item, and they buy it for huge prices. $75, the AmiAmi price, compared to the J-List 120. That is a big fucking difference, dude. Yeah, so the good news is that AmiAmi have currently restocked the wand for $75. So if you want to get this for a good price, I recommend going there immediately and buying it because I don't know how long it's gonna be in stock. Yeah, so I guess it's time we unbox it. I don't know if I'm gonna play all of the sounds because, well, there's a lot of YouTube videos already doing that and teaching you how to use it. I'm just gonna show you the one and tell you my opinion on it in case anybody is interested. I don't have the batteries inside of it for various reasons I'm gonna get into later on. And I guess you are gonna see how you put them inside the wand. Mine actually has a little bit of a defect here because one of the batteries doesn't stay in properly, and if there's anything I can comment about, well, that's it. So you're gonna see what I do to keep that shitty little battery in so that you can use it for your own wand. I've also heard that people were commenting around the internet that they had problems with sounds and the lights, and I told someone that, well, mine is working properly. I have no problems with it. And she's like, yeah, sure, mine worked okay the day I got it, but then the next day, the sounds were incomplete. They wouldn't play all the way through. And I was like, okay, well, I'll have to check that later because I kind of took out the batteries. Yeah. So let's start unboxing this thing. I actually unboxed it before. It's no news. I just put it in the box because I realized I don't want to keep it in the dust on my bookcase. I'm gonna have to make it a nice stand with like a plastic transparent house or whatever, because I don't want dust getting into that paint. So as you can see, that is the box. This is what you see when you open it. It's very classy, or at least I think it's very classy. People have been whining about it not having a window, a window box, let's say. Not having, the transparent plastic so that you can see the item. Initially I was very happy that it didn't have that because I associate it with toys. I don't like my figures having that window box thingy. But now after I had to put it back in the box because, well, I'm too scared to properly put it on my shelf, I'm starting to reconsider their point about the window box. So yeah, let's open this baby up. Alright, and this is what you see when you open it up. You have this thing, which is an instruction guide, and I think it tells you a little bit about the history of the moonstick. There's actually a nice little bit of trivia. I'm not sure if that's written in here because, hey, go figure, it's written in Japanese. But I heard this little story about the first season of the anime, which was going to be cancelled because of, well, low ratings or whatever. And then they sold, like overnight, a shitload of these moonstick wands. Well, actually they were the original design. You can actually see the original compared to the actual one and the Sailor Moon World one in the Sailor Moon Collectibles video I recommended you. But anyway, the thing is, they sold a lot of these ones and they realized the potential of the Sailor Moon series, and they decided, okay, we will make more than one season, we'll continue the series. And that's pretty much how Sailor Moon was saved, because initially we were just gonna have one season. So I'm not sure if that's written in here. Somebody can tell me what is written in here, because, well, to me it's just a nice paper with nice writing I can't read, and look, pretty pictures, yay, there's Serenity and the girls. I do not get a word of what is written in here, but at least it's pretty. And here are the instructions, again in Japanese, but if you look at them, you kind of get what's happening on there. So, yeah, I think I'll keep this in handy just in case I become a blonde, and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. And this is what the wand looks like. You get a box like this, which is the first one, and underneath it you have the second box with the plastic seal thingy. Again, with the thingies, I am so sorry. And this is the way it is boxed. This thing just... it's not very pretty, but you understand why they needed a windowless box. And, well, there's really a lot of stuff, and it's pretty big, so they couldn't have wrapped the whole thing up. Come on, open up. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitchy moonstick. Thank you. And, ta-da! Here is the wand. I'm gonna pick up the camera and let you have a better look at the actual wand. Here it is. This is the way it looks in your hand. It feels very natural. It's a perfect size. Mine has no scratches, no nothing. Ah. Where are you? Focus, focus. No, you are doing the exact opposite of focusing. Come on. Okay. Ha! Focus. Good. This is what I wanted. So, this is the wand. As you can see, mine doesn't have any problems such as scratches or cuts or paint chipping like my Cosmic Heart Compact did. As I said, I have heard users saying that they got defective ones with the problems I mentioned, but mine is not one of them, so at least I can be happy about that. Right now it doesn't have batteries in, so it's not very helpful, it's just for size, like, haha, this is what the one looks like, and I feel like Princess fucking Serenity. I will have to put batteries in, and allow me to show you how, unless my camera falls, in which case I will not be showing you anything. So you have these things, these little cuts in the design on the two sides, and you just have to like be a Spartan with them and try not to break anything too badly. And here's how you open the battery compartment. The problem with the battery compartment is that you have to unscrew it. I guess this is good because you can't have kids just playing around with your batteries and ruining them, but, well, you have to have something to unscrew it with around, which I do. Muhaha. Give me a second. Mighty Plume toolbox. And here we have it. Now I'm gonna be a stupid blonde and not know what direction I have to rotate this thing in. Of course it was the other one. Nothing new there, Plume. Taking this little bit out, and this is the battery compartment. Yeah, this is what it looks like on the inside, and this is where you put the batteries in. This is what the batteries look like. They are very small, and I recommend you use Duracell or something is good quality. These are something no name I got from the corner store, and I will not be using them very much with this wand or anything else for that matter. But just to test if it works, they're just well. I am very curious to see if what that girl online said was true, because apparently her wand was perfect the day she got it, and then the next day it refused to work again. I hope that doesn't happen to me, but you never know, right? And this is what I was saying about the batteries. Either my LR44 batteries are not genius, and that is a true possibility, or the one doesn't really take batteries very well. For the love of puppies, work. This is me 10 minutes later. Come on, once more with feeling. Tried this a few minutes ago and it worked, and I want to do it on camera as well. I actually tried putting the batteries. Finally, thank you. I tried putting the batteries upside down in the hopes that it would work, and of course it didn't. But now it might. No. Okay, it's working. It's fucking working. You can stop now, honey. if you're gonna play the sounds and lights for a long time, or like take it off the stand and play the stupid things, please keep the batteries inside. I am not gonna keep them inside because I hate toys and collectibles that have lights and sounds, because I find that very childish, you know. It reminds me of toys like those little teddy bears that go, "I love you," and the pink heart on their belly button starts glittering. I'm like, ah, they're horrible. I was not even pleased when I heard this thing had sounds and lights. I mean, the fact that the lights are LEDs is good, because I like LED lights. I think they have a better light than the rest of them, halogen or whatever the other ones are called. But even so, I would have been very happy to have a wand that didn't have Kotono Mitsuishi's voice on it. Be careful when you touch the golden paint, because you will have your imprints on it. I'm trying to see how to focus. Right, so this is how you turn it on and off. If the little button is on the middle, then it's off. If it's on the stars, you get a set of sounds, and then if it's on the moon, you get another set of sounds. It also depends on whether or not you have the crystal on the crescent moon part. And this is what you do with it. You press this button here, and it does stop. Then, if you hold it for a bit longer, you have another sound. Just press it and keep it. That was very interesting, I know. Now, if you want to place a crystal inside of it, this is what the crystal looks like. And what you have to do is press these two buttons that you see here, and the golden plastic up here will jump up. Try to catch it, because yeah, that's what happens. And then you just look at the shape of the crystal and put it inside the way it's supposed to go inside. Not like what I'm doing right now, which seems to be the wrong way of putting it inside. Nope, it was the right way. I'm just kind of a blonde. The first sound on the star, and holding the button for a very short time. And the sound if you hold it for longer. And now on the moon. On the moon! Yay! Right. Off and moon. And if you hold it once, and if you hold it for longer. That's her mother. That's Queen Serenity of the Moon Kingdom. I mean, her voice. And now, if you take the crystal out and replace the golden piece, and you keep this thing on the moon part, you have And this thing. I don't know about you, but I find these things rather annoying, so I will take out the batteries now. And I hope to not have to put them back in again for a very long time. Again, being a Spartan. Like so. Come on, come on. You worked better last time. Come on, come on. Thank you. And screwdriver, wrong direction again. And now the bears are gonna jump at me. They did jump at me. Isn't that a surprise? Do not use these shitty batteries, the corner store type. Use the nice things that the nice people at Duracell create. Especially if you're going to keep them in, because I don't know about these small batteries, but I know that large batteries tend to leak inside of objects if you leave them for too long. I had toys that suffered from that fate when I was a kid. Which is ironic because I never even liked toys with sounds and lights, and I just kept the batteries in because my parents wanted to, and then my toys were destroyed because of it. And pushing this back in, and now my wand will not sing to me again. Also, let's put this here because you never know what's gonna happen to it. And yeah, that is how the mechanism behind the moonstick works. Now about the crystal, you get a silver crystal in the other box, which I think is very cute, and the crystal itself is very pretty and has a very good size, fits with Serenity, the one Serenity eliminates from her body, it's, oh my god, I'm gonna shut up now. Anyway, what you do is you take the actual silver crystal that goes on top of the moonstick, on top of the crescent moon part, and you take it apart. It's not gonna break, don't worry, it's supposed to do that. And you take it and you place it, you have these small holes in here, and you place it until it fits, like so. And you have the silver crystal, the proper crystallized crystal, as weird as that sounds. And then if you want to put it back on the moonstick or back in the box, again, you look at where the holes go, and you look at where the holes go and what's supposed to go in them, and you kind of force it in. There you go. And the stand is made out of 2 parts, actually 3 if you consider these as 2 separate entities, which you put together like so. I'm not going to force this in because I'm not... Right, so like so. I'm not going to force this in because I'm afraid it's not going to come out nicely afterwards, and I want to put it back in the box. But the point is, you have these objects here and the holes in the one here, and you place it on the stand like so. See? And your wand is nice and safe in your bookcase or your collection or wherever you may want to keep it. Bum bum. Come on, baby. Be sure that when you take it off the stand, the part covering the battery compartment doesn't come off. Last time when I took it off, it came apart here. Just click it back into place, just to make sure it's, it's safe in there. And yeah, that's what's up with the mechanism behind the mechanism behind the Proplica moonstick. Now, to do the actual review, I'm going to tell you my opinion about a few things. First off, the sounds. As I said, I don't like toys with sounds, and that is going to give me a great bias. And I especially don't like the fact that it's Kotonomi Suishi's voice, because I'm sorry, but I really can't stand her. I have watched Sailor Moon as a Japanese anime in Japanese when I was a kid, and I have never actually watched the American version. but I still think the Japanese actress's voice is annoying, and I know that is not a very popular opinion, and you are free to not share it with me, but please don't kill me for it. Um, that being said, it's nice that there's a lot of sounds it can make and a lot of light effects. It's also very nice that it has LED lights, which, I don't know, just look healthier to me. They have brighter colors, and usually the uncolored light is white, because personally I can't stand yellowish golden light. I'm an architecture student, I'm crazy, just ignore me. Right. Then when it comes to the actual design, this is the strongest point on the entire wand, because, well, it's super design accurate when you compare it to the original anime, not the manga. The manga one was a bit different, and now the new manga wand is even more different, and I think Sailor Moon Crystal wand is going to be like this transparent crystal crescent moon on like a pink stick or something. But if you look at the anime design and the Proplica design, this is spot on. Finally, the moon is an actual moon and not like an orange peel. Finally, everything is clean. I'm gonna have to clean my own paw prints off of it later, but oh well. Finally, the design is clean. You don't have unnecessary little stars and flowers imprinted around here, and the speakers are well hidden behind this thing, and also the battery compartment is well hidden. The buttons are very subtle. It's just this one button that actually appears on her wand, on her anime wand, and then there's this thing which you can't even see unless you know where to look for it. So, and these things, which again are awesomely well hidden and subtle, and it just really looks like a collector's item more than it does a toy. When it comes to the paints and the materials used, I think this is awesome. I really like the golden paint, although I do fear it's gonna chip around here just as my cosmic heart chipped, but maybe that's just me being paranoid. The gold looks great. It's very reflective. I'm sure you have seen my entire house in this wand during this video. And I'm not sure if you can see that in the video on camera, but the pink parts on the entire wand have a pearl effect. It's sort of matte and pearly, and it feels great in your hand, and you won't leave any fingerprints, what I call paw prints, on it if you don't touch the golden parts, where you will leave everything from skin fat to paw prints and maybe even scratches. When it comes to being heavy or light, I have heard people complain that it's too light, and I don't agree with that. I think it's just the right weight. Of course, if an object is a bit heavier, you feel like it's better quality and it's more of a collectible than a toy, and that is a problem I had with this thing, because it doesn't feel like a collectible. It feels exactly like a toy. And I don't know. I guess I like the plastic on the Proplica better than I like the plastic on the Moonlight Memories series, and you can see it's different, you know. On the Moonlight Memories you had just an ordinary shiny plastic, again with a pearl effect, but not as I don't know, not as nice as the one here. And the color is a bit different too. This goes more towards purple, while the Proplica goes more towards red. And that again is a plus, because if you look at Sailor Moon Collectibles video, you will see that the Proplica is the only one that actually respects the character's color. The old Bandai one goes a bit towards orange, and I don't get why that happens. It may be because of age. I don't know, maybe the item hasn't aged well. Or the Sailor Moon World one is a bit purplish, like the Cosmic Heart. But this is a perfect color for her. It's really pink. Now about the box, as I said. It's a nice box, it's very classy, and it doesn't feel like a toy. It feels like the actual item of a collector, of an adult person. It's nice that it has compartments for everything, although those compartments don't look all that nice. I mean, the white and transparent boxes especially are kind of a letdown. Also, when you put your stuff back in, be careful to click everything, because while you may think you properly put the lid on, you may have forgotten parts such as these that need to be clicked into place. Only now is the cover properly on. So yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with what I bought, and I hope the Proplica series will continue, hopefully with the Spiral Moon Heart Rod, or whatever it's called, because that is my, I don't know if it's my favorite wand or my second favorite. I guess it's a tie between that one and the Crescent Moon wand, but that may be just as expensive, or as this one, actually more expensive because it's going to be larger. I expect it to be over 100 on sites like Ami. So if you're gonna be that person and buy off G-List, you're gonna probably have to pay like 150 or 170 or something. They have published a poll on their website, actually two different polls, but both of them containing the question, which Sailor Moon items would you like to see made into Proplicas. And in the first poll, you didn't have any Sailor Moon Stars items, but then in the second one, suddenly some of them appeared. I'm not a big fan of Sailor Moon Stars, so I didn't actually care, but there were people who were not very happy about not seeing their favorite compacts, brooches, whatever you want to call them, and wands and whatever on that list. So if you completed a poll that did not have your favorite Sailor Moon Stars items on it, then go back to the site or just Google it, and you'll find the second one which contains those things. The downside is that it's written completely in Japanese, but if you use Chrome, it's gonna automatically translate it for you. Again, you have to be Spartan with the box to properly close it and know that your wand is safe. So yeah, I'm super happy with this, even from the point of view of somebody who doesn't know the quality of the old merch, as opposed to the way I felt about this thing. I think it's a great object to have, especially considering its history. I mean, if I were to choose just one single Sailor Moon item to have, this would be it. Because I already told you the story about the first season, and I think that's like a really big thing, a really fun thing to know. And a really fun thing, item to own. It's like your own piece of Sailor Moon history. As well as my love for Princess Serenity, which makes this item a must-have. So yeah, go to Ami, buy it while we still can. Don't regret it in the future, because I honestly don't know what prices this is gonna jump up to, especially once they start putting out Sailor Moon Crystal items, and you're gonna have the transparent Crescent Moon stick that some may like and some may not like, but I can already anticipate that the people who wanted to watch the new anime because of nostalgia won't be very happy to see that their favorite items look different. Which doesn't mean that they're gonna look bad, but you know what it's like with these nostalgia things. You want to see the exact thing you grew up with, not a variation on a theme. So yeah, that is my review. I hope I blabbered a bit less. And my Ami card, which I included in the box for some reason. Yeah. And I will see you in the future. I also have some Harry Potter ones I ordered. One is there's just some Malfoys and two Ollivander ones. And they're gonna come in soon, and I'm gonna review those as well. Ta-da!